Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and coin factory family? Back again with another daily Casper crypto live, and I apologize if I sound a little bit down today. I am, truth be told, quite frustrated with the drama going on with Casper. Now, thankfully, it is basically officially over now. This is hopefully going to be the last time I address this and the ultimate fallout for what has happened, which those of you who are obviously relatively active on my channel and looking up Casper, you would have known that I did post a video about an hour ago covering this information as well, so you can find out in a structured format on that video, so definitely go check that out if you haven't done so already. But there has been a bit of a development with Casper. Equally, there's going to be a bigger development with crypto starting next week. And during all of this FUD, which is one reason why I hate the FUD, while I'm looking through all the FUD and the information as I do as the researcher, I am skipping key pieces of information. For example, there is confirmation that Casper apparently, or the KEF should I say, they're going to be meeting with USDC Circle next week. That's huge news. But I missed that. Thankfully, someone managed to pick up on it and I found out therefore, but I actually missed it because that post was put in Johnny's rant on Shai. If you're going to do it, don't do it then. Honestly. That being said, I'm going to get into the information. I'm not going to try and dwell too much on the FUD because as you can hear from my voice, I'm really too tired for it. I really hate drama. I hate talking about it. I hate being involved in it. I just don't like it in general, but I do know that it is a talking point, and equally it's important to understand the FUD for a project you're holding. That's why I'm talking about it today. That being said, I apologize if I sound a little bit down. I'm sure I'll perk up a little bit throughout the stream. If you enjoy the content either way, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Welcome back, Devious Me brother. Hope you're doing very, very well today. And yes, indeed, you are first. Thanks for being here, my man. Kryptoni, oh boy, indeed. Oh boy, but welcome back, my man. What's up, Super Stacks IG? What's going on with the Casper marketing? Why don't they post regularly on Twitter? We've already covered that on numerous occasions. In fact, the recent video that I published an hour ago does go into that in a very TLDR fashion, but I'll explain it in the stream for you, brother, in just a quick moment, so I'll do that for you. Welcome back, Buffalo Man third, great to have you here. DD, hello, Jay and gang, welcome back, brother. LB on the check-in. Gosu, fifth or even sixth, welcome back, man. You're doing very, very well. LB, if Shai leaves, will the price go up? And yeah, well, Shai, technically speaking, has left. So to kind of now delve into the information right now, there are two things I want to highlight before we come back full circle and go into it again. One is that Shai has left, and the price is currently up 2% for Casper, currently valued at 8.5 cents. And I'm sure there are going to be people who are going to correlate Shai leaving to Casper's price action, but it's not as simple as that. And actually, the reason why Casper's price was pumping is seemingly because of this. So there was a movement that was put out by some members of the Casper community where everyone collectively banded together to just spend $5 to buy some Casper. And you can see here, Nick did it, Dave did it, many more, just $5. Nothing crazy, of course. And again, you don't have to do this. It's just something that the community thought we'd do together. I didn't know about this. Why? Because, well, FUD was all the market was filled, the feed was just filled with FUD and Casper developer FUD, so I didn't even see this post. And I do think actually this is quite a good idea. In the grand scheme of things, just $5 every now and even just a month, have some event like this every single month would be quite a nice communicable thing to do, I feel like. So it was, in a sense, it seemed it was quite a big success because we actually saw the price move on the Casper chart, hence why it's currently up 3% or 2% right now. Although again, Block5 does make a post here which I do agree with, which is you need to get much better organized. No one even knew about it. Again, I did it myself, and you should create a dedicated X account to do this as well, which I do think actually is a good deal as well. Once people start joining and it gains traction, we could easily start buying every week, and that would be quite a nice thing to see, to put it bluntly. I think it'd be quite a nice thing to see, and not that it's a necessity to do, but it would be nice to see more activity, more volume on Casper, even if it's just one spike at the same time. Quite a nice communal event, I think, would be a good way to kind of lift the spirits of Casper right now, when right now the volume for Casper is most definitely lackluster. Of course, CoinMarketCap for me is just struggling, as it always does. I swear this website is basically malware. Can't even find. I'm gonna have to reload the page. As I'm trying to load up Casper right now, we can see when we look at Casper, when it lets me search down here, we can see Casper right now, number 42 on CMC, volume at 48 million, so quite considerably down right now. Again, volume being dominated by the likes of Gate, then MEXC, BitGet, Bybit, LBank down there as well. Again, the volume needs to be a lot higher. It's still considerably low right now, but that's to be expected right now. And yeah, again, come back full circle to get into your post and your question here, Super. Effectively, the Casper Twitter page had a whole dilemma, if you will, regarding the centralized nature of the account, how it became very centralized. The man running it was a guy called Chad, who is part of Rhubarb Media team, who kind of works alongside Casper, if you will. He was the guy running it, and the core developers perceived that the content became, you know, it didn't align to the vision of Casper, which is, again, decentralized for everyone type thing, and it became perceived as the official Casper Twitter account, which, I mean, it is the Casper Twitter account, but the whole premise is that the first point of contact for Casper should never be Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. It should be maybe the Discord server or even the Casper.org website, because those are communal things, or even the Telegram. Those are communal things you could easily vote together, but it shouldn't be Medium page, it shouldn't be Twitter page, anything like that. And as a result, therefore, due to a whole conundrum with that, the account didn't post for a long time, and then it was basically pressured to posting about 10 BPS, which, to be fair, that whole situation was crazy. The fact that they didn't even bother posting for 10 BPS because they're trying to figure out the decentralization of Casper and the account, which I think is ridiculous. And now it's been quiet. I mean, it made a post about a day or two ago, but it has been quiet for pretty much a month, as they're still trying to figure out what ways to navigate to make sure that the account does adhere to the vision of decentralization of Casper and does not become the gatekeepers or centralized. So they're still trying to work out the kinks with that. I'm sure they'll start posting regularly again. They even mentioned, in fact, I'll find the post here, because they did make a post about it, and I did even retweet it myself, but I don't want to try and find that for a while. So, you know, here, hello world, we being the individuals here, these 5 here, who are basically the gatekeepers, if you will, of the Casper account. They were asked how to rethink the Casper Twitter page and how it operates to respond to certain concerns, because they looked officials. It spoke with one face and voice, being Chad, and did not align with core developers. It had more influence than other Casper, channels and accounts, and it acted as a gatekeeper, and they didn't want it to be like that way. So they are now rebranding or reconfiguring how it's going to work by reposting other people's content, focusing on core updates, which they should have been doing anyways, but they're going to go back to doing that, hopefully, posting ecosystem posts and the plurality of less heard voices. So hopefully it's going to be a nice rework to get things working in accordance to the Casper vision again. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out, but that was a much needed post from Casper, and I hope they figure out how to go forward soon enough. But again, the Twitter page shouldn't be the main point of contact for Casper, but it will be one that people look at. What's happening right now, while frustrating, keep in mind something that also happened with Bitcoin in the early days, so it's not new. It's history repeating itself, if anything, so not a cause for concern, truth be told. However, it did get blown massively out of proportion. So I'm not going to bore you with all of this. I'm sure you've read it enough. If not, I'll leave the links down below, or even I'll repost them on my Twitter page. I don't know if I'm going to put it in my community, because I mean, it's already in my community, I think, from other people, but I don't want to populate my community with my Discord community with FUD posts and speculation more so as well, because a lot of what's said here, there are no receipts to anything. It's just he said, she said posts. There's no one showing any proof of what's being said right now, and we don't know what's happening. So therefore, we're taking people's word as gospel, if you will. So, go from Microsoft making a post here talking about the whole situation, which again, I'm not going to get into too much detail. This post here I thought was fine, in him just saying, and I mentioned this again in my video, how Casper's core team will keep researching, so Polinsky will not leave, which is what people were worried about. That's why the price corrected so heavily. And we're going to keep learning more and more, keep scaling more and more. The Twitter page will become more decentralized as well. The marketing will improve and get more decentralized as well. So all in all, things will get better. There was definitely some little digs, while seemingly in a polite manner. When I read through it again, there were some digs from the likes of Michael Sutton and even some Polinsky, seemingly at Shai, which is part of the big issue in this whole thing as well. Going to a point here, and then from that long post here from Michael Sutton here, a very long post that again I'm not going to bore you with, then we can see Johnny made a post here as well, which I'm going to come back to this post later on, but again he makes a whole load post here, basically making a lot of claims at Shai and how he's done wrong, how apparently he was paid 70 grand to focus on creating a book for the KEF for Casper, and then he didn't finish it when the funding was pulled out or something like that. Again, it's a whole ordeal, right? And Shai, it comes back here, and Christian Ludwig also highlighted here as well that apparently he wanted to publicly upset. Apparently, it seemed obvious that he was publicly upset that the KEF grant came to an end, which is very unprofessional. To hear this was the reason, and then to think back to his reaction it makes it even more unprofessional. What's even more unprofessional is that he approached me for donation, and he ignored him, but then when he followed him up again, he then gave him a small one. So again, I'm not by any means calling Johnny, Ludwig, Shai, Polinsky, I'm not calling any of them liars. I don't think there needs to be a side to pick in all of this. I don't want to pick sides. I don't know the truth. I have many people saying Shai is wrong, and Shai saying he's not wrong. And normally when you have more, like a whole group against one, normally the one's in the wrong. But at the same time, bullies will band together. I'm not calling these people bullies either. Trying to make it very, very clear. I do not know the truth of the situation. I don't want to. I don't need to, truth be told. It's, for me, just complete useless noise. What Casper really matters, what's really important, is the centralization and developments. Building the ecosystem. This is not building anything. It's just tearing it down right now. Destroying it from within, in a sense. Now, this is true. Maybe it is. I don't know. Either way, that's what Christian Ludwig says here. Johnny made a lot of posts here. Shai apparently did attend to come on Twitter today after taking a day and night off to call off to make some positive posts here. And he opened his Twitter to see in his words, what's the word I'm looking for? Defamatory? Slander post here. Yeah, defamatory, so defaming from Johnny about Shai. And he goes into a whole thing here as well. KF did not pay me 70k, they paid half of that, and the other half was paid by Cast Media. So on and so forth. And again, I don't want to get into all of it. It's not for me that I feel like I need to. If you want to look for all of it, you're more than welcome to. Again, I'm going to repost these on my Twitter, or you can equally just go to the Twitter and you find these accounts themselves and what they're posted here. So you have basically Polinsky, Michael Sutton, a lot of the kind of so-called focal points of Casper, who have all seemingly come at Shai. Shai is saying this is not right, it's not on. And for me, the one part that I found very hard with all of this, right? While again, not picking sides, one thing I will state with confidence is the hypocrisy of our community, of us. And that's on all of us. You may not like Shai, I don't care. You have the right to hate or like who you want. But when you are seeing Shai making his emotional comments, and he definitely was a flight risk. I mentioned it in my video. It's a flight risk. He was emotional, so his stepping away is probably a good breath of fresh air for Casper. I accept that. But when you see Polinsky and Michael Sutton and everybody else who are making either backhanded or straight comments on Shai, defaming his character, whether true or not, we don't know is the point. We do not know the truth. You can't take what these people are saying as gospel and then just discredit Shai. You don't know the truth of the matter. You haven't got receipts, then why are you making an opinion on it? That's me being the third party observer, and everybody from what I saw was supporting Polinsky, supporting Michael Sutton, supporting Johnny, supporting everybody, and coming at Shai, which is why Shai said this post a few hours back, basically just saying, I was hurt, unprovoked post about me, fair, unfair, misleading, all the sort of stuff. On Polinsky hurt me like a punch to the gut. DMs asked me to come on and say something positive today, and I was going to do that, and then I got hit with a bam, another kick in the face from Johnny, slanderous post from Johnny, and he would have filed for defamation if he weren't continents apart. And even Michael Sutton then, which while it was a nice, kindly put post, it was still a post against Shai seemingly. So, long story short, Shai has said he's now stepping away. Not just because he seemingly got attacked by people he perceived as colleagues and even friends, but because when they were attacking, or maybe attacking is the wrong choice of word, when they were speaking publicly about this, the community always took their sides and did not for a second contemplate whether there may have been slight bends in the truth from both parties. Nobody was just neutral in this whole thing, which is what I'm trying to be right now, neutral. Completely neutral in the whole thing. No one was neutral. So Shai has now, as you can see when you click on his page here, Casper Core, he's now officially announced his stepping away of Casper Core. Now, to my understanding, it does not mean he's stepping away from Casper per se, but whereas he was kind of perceived as one of the core members, he was part of DAG Labs, the team that originally founded Casper, alongside some Polinsky, Microsoft, and Mike, Zach, and everybody else. He was part of DAG Labs. He is an integral part, or was at least. Shai was a very important role to Casper's history. And Shai also helped a lot of us understand the kind of technical aspects of Casper as well, because it's very, goes over my head 9 out of 10 as well, but Shai helped it lay out in quite a methodical thought process that helped me understand what they're actually talking about. So Shai, he may have not been a developer, he may have not been some Polinsky or Microsoft who's making the code, but he was still a crucial part, and he's part of the core team. But now, due to some disagreements and whatnot, he's now stepping away. And I made a post on that, which is just words can't begin to describe how I'm feeling about this, because I don't really know how to feel about it. Because I understand and I accept that Shai is a flight risk, he's emotional. And that he definitely has some effects on the price of Casper. He got into too many debates and arguments on Twitter publicly. People had to go at him for political points, quote unquote political points, when he was ranting, when he was posting about the war situation, and I don't think that's fair. Arguing with people on Twitter is, sure, come at him for that. Him having a place to speak about him having a very tough time with his family situation in the Middle East who are getting bombed, I don't think that's fair to come at him for at all. I actually think it's inhumane to come at him for that, personally. I think inhumane to say that. Because nobody's been in a situation, and I pray nobody ever does. But I find it quite tough to think that as a community of people, we can say that to someone. Stop talking about this stuff, you're hurting my bags. What do you mean? Think about that. My money's more important than your feelings and your family getting hurt. That is for me not right. And then in regards to the context here, nobody knows the full context at all. Nobody knows it, but people are supporting some Polinsky, everybody else is not supporting Shai. I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm purely trying to bring your awareness and shine the light on the hypocrisy of us as a community. And as a result, Shai stepped away. I've not made a post about this properly on Twitter at all because I don't like drama, and I also don't know what happened. So it's not fair for me to comment like I'm currently doing now. Even now, I'm trying to word it so particularly that I don't end up making like I'm taking sides. I'm not trying to take sides at all. I don't know the story. But I don't like the toxicity of the I don't like how toxic this community is right now. I don't like it at all. It's not what I signed up for. I'm here to be part of the future of crypto. To be the revolution of crypto, to be this kind of global hub, to change finance. I signed up for Casper to change my life. Not to be a part of a community that's going to slander somebody and come at someone for, being opinionated. And while, again, some of it was justified, I'm not saying Shai was completely in the right. He had definitely his scars that he made public. But I think he got backlash too much. And the creative part as well, there will probably be some good price action as a result of this as well. People who now perceive that Shai's gone, Casper's, tumor, if you will. People have been saying tumor's now gone. Now we can just start building again. And we can stop building again now the FUD is gone. But I don't know how I wanted it to really plan out. Shai's not left, he's just left the core team. At least that's how I perceived it. So he's still going to be probably making Casper content, and it's still his life work, or his work he'd been working for most of his life. He's still an integral part, he wasn't part of the core team anymore. That's my 2 cents on the matter. And I don't particularly... I'll get into the questions in a second now. And I don't particularly want to delve into it much more, but I'm sure there'll be some comments out on it. One part that I did find frustrating, though, I find all of it frustrating, but the part I found the most frustrating, actually, is Johnny here, right, when making this post on the whole situation and on Shai, right, he then puts the very, very bottom down here. Look how long this posted. The very, very bottom down here. This is going to be my last post on this topic. While they need to think more on the next 100-year problem, I need to focus more on what's happening in the next 2 years or next week, meeting Circle in their New York office. Oh my God, that vexes me so badly, you have no idea. Don't make a massive FUD post while it's a very, it's a well structured post. That could literally just be its own thing. Just do that. That for me would be fantastic. That's all I want to see. I want to see good stuff. I don't want to see a massive FUD post like that. So they have a small line at the end, which, to be honest, I did not read this word for word. Why would I read this whole thing word for word? It's tiring for me. And then see the very, very end, oh, we're meeting Circle next week. That's fantastic news. Therefore, USDC soon to come on Casper, stablecoin, the most regulated and trusted stablecoin. That is big news for Casper. I can't wait. Don't do it in that post. Don't do it in that post. That's not right. I don't think that's right at all. And you can disagree with me if you want. This post would have definitely got a lot of views, so maybe it was the right thing to do, I guess. But I don't think that's right at all. And I only realised it because somebody, I think it was, I can't remember who it was, and I apologise, but somebody on the community reposted that last segment there as well. And if I didn't see that repost, I would not have actually saw that Circle and KEF Casper are going to be meeting. So I'm going to come back full circle, get to all the posts here, get into the good news here as well, or some other parts here as well. Equally, some of the other macro news that does lead me to believe we're going to see more correction in the short term as well. But let me get some questions real quickly first off, because I think I need to call off myself. This is probably the most emotional I've actually been, which is not stay true to my morals, so don't be emotional or logical, but this is why I don't get to drama, because it just does my head in. The old team are definitely, doing something. Natch doesn't go up. Oh, here's the thing, right? And that's the problem as well. I saw people in my community also saying they're selling Nacho, and I get why you're saying you're selling Nacho. I do get it, because Nacho is perceived as, Nacho is Shai's cat, so it's perceived as Shai's coin. Shai has no correlation to Nacho at all. Nothing. The only connection Nacho has to Shai is the name of the cat. That's literally it. Otherwise, there's nothing to band Nacho and Shai together. So Nacho is its own project. I did scoop up some Nacho in these dips because I think Nacho is actually going to be a very, very good KRC20 project. It's got a lot of things they're building with it, from what I've heard and seen. So I'm holding Nacho personally. You can do your own thing. Not financial advice, you do your own thing. But I'm holding Nacho, but Nacho does not have a direct connection to Shai. But because, again, people are emotional, as I am currently being right now, and I accept I'm being emotional right now. Hopefully it's the first and last time I am. Because I hate it. People are now going to sell Nacho as a result. But I still have no doubt Nacho is going to do very, very well this cycle. It's the biggest meme still. Will hard fork compromise Casper? No. If done appropriately, like the 10 BPS was done, it won't. If you do a hard fork half-heartedly and didn't do your due diligence, then yes. But the hard fork with 10 BPS, the 10 BPS with the hard fork, that's not done anything wrong with Casper at all. It's been fantastic, actually. So, if done correctly, no. Good evening, Antibody. You're doing very, very well. I make out that wallet number 2 has now paid an average 8.5 cents per coin. That is nuts if that is true. I'm sure Andy, my man, if you are listening right now, I see you in the post, in the chat already. If you're listening, if you can give us a confirmation of the average price, that'd be insane. But yeah, wallet 2 is stacking heavily right now. They got, I think, almost 750 million Casper now, give or take. So they're sitting very comfy buying these discount prices right now. So, good on them. Hopefully they'll call it to a listing very, very soon. And yes, there you are, Andy. Welcome back. Got 22.8 more capital today. Love that, brother. Keep stacking that bag. Welcome back, Wire Bro. Yo, what the F? Hope we can just move on now and make Casper great. I do agree. I do wholeheartedly agree. I wish we could just continue and get onto what really matters as opposed to the FUD. I wonder why Nacho was down yesterday. The FUD, yeah, precisely. People perceive Nacho as shy when it's not. And again, that's the nature of being an investor. And also memes typically are a lot more emotionally driven than a project because they tend to have lack of fundamentals comparatively. So, and they're also smaller market cap as well. What's up, bro? Hi, my man. Is tomorrow's EU tariff price in for Casper, or will it go, or will we go down to 5 cents again? It's a very, very good question. And I will get to that. Actually, you know what? I'll get to that right now. So, very good question. So, we're going to get some of the macro news, right? And in my belief, not financial advice, in my belief, we are likely going to see a correction in the market tomorrow. And maybe throughout the week as well. Again, we'll have to wait and see. We got some good and bad things coming out next week. We got the digital asset clarity bill, I think, being put forward on the Friday, alongside other bills for crypto as well. So we're going to see some good things for crypto developments coming out next week, but equally got a lot of FUD as well. And of course, FUD tends to outweigh the bullish nature. So right now, we heard the White House say that tariffs on steel will rise from 25 to 50% beginning next week on Monday, I believe. And the problem, as I mentioned in the video that I just published about this post, is they made that announcement on the Friday as the traditional markets were closing. So if we look at Bitcoin as opposed to Casper here, on the Friday here, this last red candle here is when the post about tariffs came through, and of course that caused the market to dump on crypto side of things. But the TradFi market, as it's now a weekend, they would not have had any time to really react. So therefore, there's a very, very good chance that when the market's open tomorrow, the investors who've been just stewing on the sidelines, waiting, will then dump the market when it opens because of tariffs. And I want to highlight again, as I mentioned in the video, tariffs are a headline event, short-term noise, but do tend to always cause dumps. Since Liberation Day on the 2nd of April, we saw Bitcoin come down a little bit, but since the bottom, Bitcoin's been up 50% in value, made a new all-time high since the tariffs have been imposed. So long-term, for the most part right now, tariffs literally mean nothing. It's just noise. It's a nothing burger. But in the short term, tariff announcements cause back pullbacks. So we're going to likely see a pullback again tomorrow because of this, and the EU said that they are preparing countermeasures for this as well. So tomorrow could likely be a day we see corrections. Furthermore, China's Defense Ministry says the United States is accustomed to using the Shangri-La Dialogue conference to create disputes and seek selfish interests. So again, this is coming from the fact that now apparently China and United States trade agreement have fallen through a little bit and they're not adhering to their trade agreement. So something else is going on there as well. So again, a threat is imminent, more fighting talk, more worries in the investors. So when TradFi markets open up again on Monday, expect pullbacks in my belief. Apparently, there are going to be a phone call discuss trade deals next week, but again, till we see it, I cannot say for sure. Right now, I think FUD is heavily outweighing the sentiment right now. And that's built on top of more so here because Trump says that if the federal court, who's now trying to block tariffs, if they rule against him on the tariffs, that would allow other countries to hold our nation hostage, which is true. It is true. But it's just, again, right now, everybody is combating Trump. I've got to make it clear again, I also don't care for politics. I don't. Politics are important for crypto and financial markets, so I have to cover it, but I don't care to get into a political debate about is Trump right or not. I also, with respect, don't care. I'm trying to put it as politely as possible. I don't need to talk about it. I'm highlighting it for the importance of what this news will mean for the markets. Expect, therefore, due to the lack of clarity and uncertainty, with 3 talking points, EU, tariffs, China falling through, and even the Fed court coming at Trump for tariffs as well. All this will likely cause correction in the market open on Monday. Not confirmed, of course, anything's possible, but it will likely cause corrections. Now, we have got some things to look out for in regards to economic data coming out this week. The main important one, of course, being the non-farm payroll. Out of all of these ones, for me, that's the most important one. And the reason why is very simple, because so far, the back-to-back 2 months, we have had the non-farm payroll, the amount of unemployment, being better than expected. We've had more jobs added to the economy than we expected by quite a margin as well. 80k the first time round, I think it was 40k the second time round, back-to-back months. So point being is, if we end up getting the non-farm payroll on Friday coming out, and equally it is better than expected, 3 back-to-back months, that will be a very, very that will be another good breather for potentially us seeing some cool off, maybe some green price action that day. But if it's the other alternative and it's the other way around, then that might also cause Bitcoin to come down heavier. Right now, if I was to make a prediction, and again, not financial advice, currently we have got actually a short trade set up in our VIP group because we do believe there's going to be a potential where Bitcoin does correct that down maybe to 100k. The position actually is down to a lot lower in the 90k region. I'm not going to say exactly where because that's a benefit of the VIP group. But there is potential to see a correction. Now, will it come down that far? I'm not sure. That's just purely a hedge against the market right now. For the most part, long term, I'm still bullish. I'm not worried. But for the next week or two, I'm expecting pretty much pullbacks, probably lackluster price action, pretty much continuously until the FOMC meeting. I expect right now, if I was to hazard a guess again, and Casper therefore could very well lose their support here around this 8 to 8.5 cent zone. Maybe it'll come back down to the 7th. Maybe it'll form this. I've been seeing people talk about from Jesse AI this triple bottom pattern. Maybe it'll form a triple bottom pattern here and then go up here. Again, we'll have to wait and see. We have got good updates for Casper with the market trends and the macro being so negative right now. Casper, despite its good developments, won't be able to pump against it in my belief. I'd love to be proven wrong. We'll have to wait and see, of course. But again, this is just noise for what's happening right now. To remind you all once again, in this video here from Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who shut down a reporter here, they're talking about inflation and whatnot, and, he says here, when we were here in March, he said that there was going to be a big inflation, and there hasn't been any inflation. That's the truth of the matter, the truth. And that's proven by inflation data. There's been constant talk about when tariffs are implemented, we're going to see a massive spike in inflation. Inflation's been down month on month on month on month. Inflation's been going down. So there's no problem with inflation right now. It's purely a buzzword that people are being using right now, seemingly playing some political game to cause investors to be worried. But there's nothing wrong with it right now. Actually, inflation numbers have been the best in 4 years. So why don't we stop trying to say this could happen and wait to see what does actually happen? That's the truth. So, as I've definitely not done well this stream to do so, just don't be emotional. Be logical. We are actively trying to learn more about the space right now. We had our VIP executive roundtable earlier today where we covered the alpha information, what's coming to the stream. The institutions, while they're accepting the fuzz happening right now and they see it happening, they are still buying more. They see crypto as inevitable. All information about that alpha information documents are available in the VIP group here as well. You can join for 7 days free trial. Or equally, as I mentioned beforehand, if you sign up to the affiliate link down below in the description with the BYDFI, the people I'm currently working with right now, and you check out the steps to do so on the Discord server, to put $100 and also put your UID in the section as required, you'll gain all the access to the VIP channels in the Discord server with BYDFI, but also a 1 month free trial to this as well, which people are right now actively trying to take advantage of this because they're posting frequent trades BYDFI, and equally we are as well. And actually, few of them already came through today actually, which look very, very good, trying to capitalize on this market. So you want to find out a lot more, again, link down below in the description. Also in the Discord server, the free Discord server right here as well. I actually made a post about it here, where you can find that the link to the exact VIP benefit. The BYDFI is right there as well. Link down below in the description. Also on my homepage. Please go check it out. I keep telling y'all, it's all planned out for most stables will run in Casper. Banks will develop smart contracts to mint it. I agree. It's inevitable that all stables will come to Casper because Casper is the cheapest and most efficient. It's the fastest as well. Is you're a business model, you don't care about who you're buddy with necessarily. You want to go where it's cheapest and fastest to make your most money. Therefore, Casper's the best option. So amen to that. Like leverage levels, low equal better. I mean, yeah, the lower it is, the higher gains we can make when we have. If you do want to put a leverage play, again, high risk, high reward. Be very careful. Do your own research. But Casper again, I think for me, not financial advice, Casper's absolute bottom, I think, has been more or less confirmed to be at this level down here at 5 cents. I doubt we'll see Casper go much lower than here. I mean, obviously it can come to this wick down here, but I doubt it'll go below 5 cents. Unlikely. I think Casper is going to probably find support on the way down. Worst case, we go all the way down to 5 cents again. And then we'll see that reversal going up quite sharply. I'm still not worried about Casper though. I have no reason to be. Also, even after the massive drop in price, the market cap, we actually gave 500 new wallets, lost 8 sharks, and 1 gained 1 new whale. It doesn't make sense. We are being passively manipulated on price. Yeah, we are being manipulated, and it sucks. But again, what's coming to Casper, I'm still not worried about it. Very smart comments here. I'm happy to read. Yeah, I'm also happy to see that we're all focusing on what really matters right now. I think this will be short, lasting FUD, and will be forgotten in a month or two. I think it'll be forgotten in the next few weeks, honestly. I do. As long as the Casper channel, or if the Casper Twitter page starts posting frequently or frequently enough very soon, it'll be forgotten within a week, honestly. As to your bags, honestly, wouldn't be a bad shout right now. They can FUD and bicker all they want as long as the tech and direction of the project doesn't change. I agree. Although I don't want to see the FUD, but I do agree. In my opinion, the market will rebound by June 4th, 5th, but tomorrow at the market jobs report on Friday. Yeah, I mean, if we do see the jobs report come back favourable, which is it's been happening back-to-back months, so hopefully it'll be a third as well, then yes, we'll see a rebound on the 5th or 4th of June. But if it comes back unfavourable, which again, unlikely, but who knows at this point, unfavourable, then we'll see further corrections. I am suspecting we'll probably see Bitcoin come down to maybe 100k, and the markets will definitely come down tomorrow. Again, definitely my belief. I'm currently got a trade setup hedging that Bitcoin's going to come down tomorrow. You haven't got to follow me. I'm not telling you to follow me. I'm telling you my belief in what I'm doing right now. I think the market's going to come down tomorrow. Might find support around 100k, maybe 101k, this bottom right here, and then or maybe even 102k around here, come down a little bit, and then we'll see consolidation, and then maybe see a reversal. We're going to have to wait and see. Bitcoin is still somewhat supporting the M2 money supply structure as well. So again, nothing to really be too concerned about right now. You know, Christian Ludwig claims Shai artificial donations. Yeah, I saw that. I mentioned that here as well. Where is it? I mentioned that in one of these posts here, highlighted. Yeah, here. And again, it's claims, and I'm not calling him a liar, but I don't have receipts. I don't want to see receipts either. I really don't care, but they're claims. And until there's proof of the such, I'm going to treat them as claims. I'm not going to take any note of it. That's me. Casper to $1.89, or that 1 cent 89. I mean, if it's $1.89, then yeah, sure. If 1 cent, then unlikely, in my belief. Bring wisdom into the space is upright and needs thanks for you. I appreciate it very, very much, man. Again, I do as I can do, man. I don't like covering all the FUD. I try to get the actual news out there. But unfortunately, FUD is a talking point that needs to be spoken about. Yeah, needed. Thank you very much, my man. Somp seems to come from a strong background, father and grandfather, and seems stoic and even cool. Shai is highly emotional, not a sign of a good leader. I mean, I do agree with that. Som Polinsky as a leader is has better qualities than Shai does. I agree with that much. But at the same time, while you do kind of have to have some form of leader, again, Casper meant to be decentralized, so it shouldn't really have a leader per se. It's kind of inevitable you have some form of leading person, which is Sompi. But yeah, I mean, it's as a leader goes, yeah, I'd say that Som Polinsky is better. But again, the whole premise for me is not a matter of who's right and wrong, it's how the whole thing was conducted. Airing out dirty laundry publicly was not the way to do so, and slandering across the board was not good either. And then it was the community who didn't remain neutral in the fact that you should remain neutral. You haven't got proof of such, so making claims based on that you know what's happening is ridiculous in my belief. I thank Shai for his contributions. I do as well to the Casper community project. I wish him the best, like he always has had with the Casper project. His name will be related to Casper, and that makes him immortal. I agree, and I think that's a very nice send off in that regard as well. So thank you very much for that, Kosu. Yeah, I agree so as well. By the way, I press the like button. Have you? Yeah, also true. If you enjoy these streams, we're doing it every single day. Leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Casper again. It's been a tough road, tough year, tough 2.5 years, tough whatever. It's been a tough road. But my conviction hasn't wavered at all. It still hasn't. It's frustrating. I'm getting frustrated. Today in particular, maybe it's just been a bad long day. It's quite hot in my room. I'm just getting frustrated. Maybe I'm hungry as well. Who knows? I'm just getting frustrated. But my conviction to Casper's not wavered at all. And again, that information that I provide to my VIPs in here is the reason why I'm not worried at all. Because information in here, the trades we're doing there allow me to make money passively on the side, so I'm not too worried. But equally, the alpha information, what's coming to the community in due time, is why I'm not worried. Because I know what's coming. I know how much money is coming. I know what Casper's going to, with Casper stablecoins, how much it's going to tap into as well. I know what's coming. That's why I'm not worried about Casper at all. Are we adding to our bags? I mean, probably should. All this drama should have been kept happening behind closed doors. I agree. It did not need to happen in open at all. Twitter is full of toxicity. I agree. Control delete. I believe it is another social conditioning program. Now, believe me, try getting off that crap for 2 weeks and see how you feel. I have tried. If I didn't, you know what, actually, if I didn't do YouTube, I actually think I could not. The only thing I'm actually addicted to is Instagram Reels, and that's really bad, and I should stop that. But other than that, I'm actually not that addicted to Twitter. I'm really, really not. I used to find information, and I have to try and filter through the FUD and the toxicity over the actual news sometimes, and it's frustrating. But yeah, it is a definite. I mean, a lot of people in my community don't use Twitter right now because, again, it's just that platform. Where's the next question right here? Smart contract live now. The testnet is live, not full smart contract, not just yet. When there isn't enough news, people make their own. Also very true. Also very, very true. Casper and Nacho is all you need. I think so as well. I also hold a few others. I do hold Wolfie as a Chaos 50 project as well, because I think they do a lot of big things as well. But that's not me saying to buy it. Again, you do your own thing. I'm holding Wolfie though. I think Wolfie's going to be a big project going forward as well. June was meant to be alt season, right? Guess it's July now. That's the thing. The claims that some of these KO... I'm not sure who's making the claims. But the claims that are being made about alt is happening here is the click. It's a clickbait, you know? There's never a set timeline for when alt is meant to happen. They're reacting to the markets right now. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is still extremely high. As a result, you might see an alt rally. You're not going to see an alt season. That's not going to happen for a while still. I have no reason to believe alt season will happen anytime soon. And by that, I mean the next few months. You'll see alt season soon, in the sense of this cycle, of course. I still believe that. But how soon, I don't know. We have to pay reaction to the markets where Bitcoin dominance is. This is the metric you look out for to judge where altcoin dominance is coming through. Right now, it's at 64.5%. We are nowhere near alt season. We have to go below 60, 50% to see alt season. We're nowhere near that. So yeah, people who said in June were just trying to cope to get clicks, in my belief, because there'd be nothing confirming alt season in June. What we're likely going to see in June is Bitcoin rally following the M2 supply at some point, and then we'll see alts also rally in suit, following Bitcoin, but still Bitcoin dominant, so they won't rally, massively, but they'll rally in suit. Casper, therefore, hopefully soon when they start rallying as well, maybe actually surpassing the 13 cents. Going higher as well. It's a good possibility. I still do believe we could potentially see a Casper all-time high in the next month or two. Sounds ridiculous, but again, how quickly have we seen a price rally? 5 to 15 cents in 2 weeks. Casper could do it very, very quickly, provided we get the right catalyst and the right developments and the market in a good structure for it. We'll have to wait and see. We are more likely to see an alt season in a quantity M2 when you see this M2 start to trail off a little bit here. So that's in and around, July time. But again, that's not confirmation as such. We have to pay reaction to the markets right now. And right now, there's no reason to believe alt season is going to happen anytime soon right now when the dominance of Bitcoin is so high up. And again, that's information that we're talking about the VRP as well. We're currently just playing with the whole information provided in that VRP group, the alpha institutional documents, the trade alerts, educational courses, all of that stuff to try to build our knowledge on what's happening in crypto so we can actually... It's meant to be a kind of stepping stone where you have a community where you can, really commit to learning about stuff, but also giving you your own independence. You can learn what's in there and then learn how to be your own independent investor. That's the whole premise of that community there as well. The VRP group is locked. So again, you can find out more on here if you're more than welcome to do so. And if you the affiliate link down below in BYDFI, you get extra benefits as well. So definitely recommend doing that if you haven't done so already. You get a VRP2 account for BYDFI and equally benefits through our Discord server as well, the VRP channels that have been, very, very good so far and getting better. Maybe not be August as well. Again, it depends on also the regulatory market structure bills, the crypto bills. When they come through, we have to wait, unfortunately. But it will come, I believe. What Black Swan event if Russia prepares nuclear action? Then yeah, if we get a Black Swan and Russia launches nukes, then yeah, we'll probably see the end of a bull market. The only thing I think that ends the bull market is World War III or recession confirmations. But I still don't think it's going to happen. What's up, Hugo, bro? You're doing very, very well, man. Yeah, I doubt it as well. If Casper goes again to 5 cents, I will short the F out of it for sure. If Casper goes to 5 cents, I'm going to probably open a massive long position, to be honest. But yeah, I reckon so as well. This bull one is going to be epic. It will be. It's just going to take quite some time, unfortunately. Dead cat bounce at 106, I believe, incoming. Maybe. Do you think the addition of Hans to the development team initiates the FUD? No. No. I see where you're coming from though, James. Actually, it's a good point to make, because when Hans was joined, there was also comments made about Shai in correlation to Hans joining as well, like almost like a replacement, if you will. I don't think he initiated the FUD. Hans has been very quiet in the whole thing. If anything, he's like thinking, why did I join this team right now? What's going on? But I mean, no, I think Hans joining is a good addition. Maybe it sparked something, but I don't think it was the reason for all of it. I think it was a long thing brewing. I think it's more than just a Twitter account. It's more than just that, but we don't know. That's the thing. I also know what is coming. Well, good to hear, Dimitar. Shai is getting more hate than anyone else because this is the fourth time he's caused project damaging FUD. I mean, this time around it's not just him though. Some other time there has been purely him, sure. This time it's not been just him. All the core devs and Johnny and people have come and all caused FUD. Shai's been a part of it. So saying he has caused it is unfair, because he's not caused it, he's been a part of it. Other times he has caused it, and I agree with that much. Although, again, the premise of causing FUD, if that's referring to the whole, again, Middle Eastern situation with his family, I disagree with that. I don't think that's fair to say that's caused a FUD, because that's his family. And I think that's inhumane to say that's caused a FUD. I understand why it does cause FUD, but I think it's inhumane to categorize that in the same bracket of him causing FUD to the project. There have been other times, of course, and I do think he is completely at fault for that, but that Middle East situation, and equally this time here, I don't think was his fault. I don't think it was solely his fault. What's happening now? I haven't been watching news. What's up, King O Kings? Ultimately, FUD for Casper. Shai has now left the core team. On to new beginnings. We are seeing mainnet back online for Casper, which is very, very good. And they are the first centralized point of sale solution. So that's also really, really cool. People are trying to buy Casper now collectively as a community. Capital shared some insights about the performance of the Casperplex Layer 2 testnet, metrics, feedback, and known issue updates on Casper Layer 2 in the last 48 hours. 18,000 blocks produced. There are no empty blocks generated, very, very good. 22,000 transactions and 1,000 active wallets. Feedback, overall very good sentiment and nothing critical reported. Direct feedback from several DApp builders. Community feedback shared on X, Telegram, and specific Telegram channels. And known issues is high fees generated from RPC issue. Explorer returns 500 error when searching for an address. Main page with some data not loading. Faucet rate limit. So these things, again, good to find out. Again, we're stress testing it and we'll find out hopefully a lot more very, very soon. Depending what the trend is, bull, I don't believe we are in a bear market yet, so I maintain position. Our long, but our short to protect my long as a hedge, and vice versa if the trend reverses. Hear it. Buff, Gosu, and Gang, I follow Jake almost every day, but also your crypto crew, Jesse etc., the YouTuber, My Millionaire Journey. He has a different opinion on the market, and I like to have different points of view, and he always promotes Casper. He has his ways of presenting things. You have to support those who put Casper forward, like share, subscribe. Thank you, Jay, for being here and sharing all the news. Thank you very much, Didi, my man. I appreciate it. And yeah, again, of course, I do as I can do for the Casper community, but the whole premise of me doing it is not so you listen to me like the gospel. Again, you should use me as a landing page, if you will, but there are other people out there who also have different perspective to me. And maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. Maybe they agree with me, but they don't agree with me. Again, the whole premise is you try to find everything you can do and then devise your own investment strategies. Shouldn't listen to anyone blindly. But I appreciate it very much, Didi. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much for the kind words. I believe Hans is more a researcher and developer. Yeah, I think so as well. Adding people to that development team isn't even a thing. It's an open source project. Anyone can contribute. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. The problem is it's sounding too much like an actual team, official team. It's an open source project. There's nothing about it that's, official team. So I think also clarified in my recent video here as well. There's no official team in the matter. All right, guys, gotta go see the Black Keys in the concert tonight. Cheers. Well, thank you very much, Buffalo, for joining us, man. I hope you enjoy your concert, brother. I look forward to hearing from you tomorrow as well. Developer implements the approved proposal. The code goes through a review. You can't make changes according to what you believe in. It's a team effort. Also very true. That's why, again, it's a communal thing. And that's a good premise to decentralization as well. But that's only actually 50 minutes. We actually kind of concluded very, very quickly today, which is surprising. Actually, no, there's one more post I've not got into just yet. So I've gone to everything else here, the FUD, whatnot, and that, and also the macro news. So the one thing I'm not going to right now is this as well. Welcome back, man, as well. You're doing very, very well. And yes, smack that like button on the way out. You definitely should do. This is a post from Casper here, where he stated that the current state of the crypto industry seems like it needs another reset like FTX. This event reminds people of what's actually here to stay and not just vaporware and a money grab. People are really forgetting what we are here for. Many are being led right into the slaughter. Too much trust and resilience or reliance on others rather than focus on self-sovereignty. Some core principles to follow: do your own research, be your own person, run your own node, never leave crypto on exchanges. Cryptocurrency is actually a threat to fiat, should not be a means to solely get more fiat. Stablecoins are another means to enslave you into a digital prison. And I agree with this I do agree with the first part in particular. I couldn't agree more. And in my opinion, there actually will be another crisis for crypto happening in the future, in the coming years, when the market is currently oversaturated with loads and loads of rubbish projects and scams. And with regulation soon coming in play, you'll see many just go to zero. But Casper, for me, is definitely not going to be one of them because of what they offer with their technology. It's going to stand out like a shining star in this massive market of uncertainty. This is why Bitcoin is keen, no sense of drama, no vanity metrics, no pointless utility. You say that, brother. Bitcoin actually had FUD at the beginning as well. Bitcoin had FUD at the beginning as well. If you were in Bitcoin at 2009, you saw the exact same thing happen in Bitcoin in 2009. Did I repost this? I hope I did repost it because I saw someone mention it. Where did I see it? Here. Casper does not have leaders, it's leaderless and trustless. We truly have an entirely identity crisis zone. Go back and look at Bitcoin forums from 2009, so 2009. Same stuff is going on, history repeats. The only stuff I've seen the last couple of days is 2 smart contracts going on testnet. So yes, everyone, even in Bitcoin back in 2009, was still arguing. So Bitcoin, yes, it's king now, but what's going on right now with Casper is no different to Bitcoin in the early days. So actually, no. In that regard, that's not correct. It's not actually correct. And that's the thing, when you've got new tech and nobody actually has proper ownership over it, you're going to have this stuff all the time. That's what happens. Like Linux. Builders are going to build regardless. Casper, again, is going to get builders regardless because it's open source. People can just build on it. So, yeah, I mean, Casper is going through a rough patch and it has done for price for a while, and even now, developer-wise, a little bit right now, but it's going to get back on track very, very soon, and equally, it's no different to Bitcoin in that regard. Doesn't matter if he caused it or not. He has form, and we'll get blame regardless. Now, I mean, yeah, and I agree. Shai has definitely caused this by himself as well. He's also at fault for it, but it's a shame that it's also blown up so out of proportion to where, like, now even when people will just naturally hate on him, and it is partly his fault, but I think it's also unfair. Again, there's nothing I can say more to do that because again, it is his fault. So you made your bed, lie with it type thing. But it's still not fair that people hate him so much for it. That's why, again, I always remain neutral on the fact. When the only time I spoke up properly about the stuff was in the Middle East part. When his family was getting bombed. I was like, okay, well, that's not on. It's actually inhumane, in my belief, to say, stop talking about this stuff. You're ruining my bags. That, for me, is sick. How you can care about your own money more than you care about... Even if you don't know the person, I think as a human being, and I think I'm a decent human being, I would care more about a situation as disastrous as that and someone's family, being caught in the crossfire as opposed to me making money. I think that's wrong. Of course, people have, dog eat dog world at the end of the day, so you can say what you will, man. It doesn't bother me either way, but I think that's wrong. At least that's the only situation. Everything else, Shai, again, made his bed, lie with it, but people are hating him so much for that, and I don't think that was fair at all. True, and probably why I was doubting on Bitcoin 2 then. I hear you. Yeah, exactly. Precisely. It happens. Bitcoin developers are actually split. There was one in favor of Bitcoin Core while the other implemented one that wanted to get rid of the limitations related to block size. Yeah, it's always going to be debate in open source. It's just a matter of, again, coming to a conclusion together. Having votes about it. Today there's a blockchain banter roast. Let's all meet there and have a laugh. Yes, it's at 9 o'clock, I believe. So once we wrap up here, I might cut it a little bit earlier, like 5 minutes earlier. So once I wrap up here very shortly, I'm going to also tune into there as well and have a laugh as well. I think it's necessary. It seems kind of bleak to do it on such a day like now when Shai's left and now people are trying to celebrate about it. I know it's not the nature of it, but it feels a bit wrong. But at the same time, I think also having an uplifting time right now is necessary because we are currently celebrating Casplex and stuff like that. but FUD's taking over, you know. ETH also the same issue, also Ethereum has the same issues as well. So again, it happens in every project right now. It's just a matter of, you know, learning how to, you know, come back from it, you know. But with that being said, I think that's going to conclude today's Casper and Crypto live stream. A little bit early today, I know, but Crypto Pump starts in like 5 minutes, I believe, at 9 for me, so 5 minutes, so we can all tune in there. So yeah, thank you all for watching once more, family. If you want to know more about crypto and Casper, check out the free Discord server. Equally, again, affiliate links, all that sort of stuff as well. You can find out a lot more, get more VIP access, actually learn how to make money, trade, all that sort of stuff. Again, do your own research, not financial advice, you know the deal. VIP with 7-day free trials, you can get free trials, you know, a lot of free access should you do certain things. So again, check it all out down below in the description, and equally in the Discord server. If you enjoy the stream, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. Have a great day, evening, and good night, my beautiful people, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care now.